All rise. Judge Bundaby Court is now in session. Judge's case number JVB 1040, Golden case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Golden, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Ma'am. This is my baby father, Jaleel Scott. I'm here to place him on child support for our child, Emery II.
You mad at him?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. Why you mad at him?
He's claiming that he only makes $40,000 a year when I know he makes well over that, and he's not taking care of our child.
Okay.
And this started off one night, we were bar hopping. I'm a bartender.
Okay.
And, you know, things got carried away.
What do you mean by things got carried away?
How little Emery was made.
Oh. Well, I don't need those details, but...
No, he didn't.
This case begins with Ms. Golden, a bartender and single mother, dragging her baby daddy Jaleel Scott into court, alleging that he is lying about his income and evading responsibility for their son Henry. However, Jolly claims that he was set up, claiming that she deceived him with a bottle of Hennessy during Super Bowl weekend, and somehow that resulted in a baby 9 months later. She claims that he makes far more than the $40,000 he is claiming on paper, and she has receipts that show that he is allegedly flaunting cash in strip clubs and on social media, while he claims that it is just his homeboy's money and that he is merely a barber.
You guys were bar hopping and then...
Yes, ma'am.
So you left your job, he came to your job, and then y'all went bar hopping and had some drinks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you guys ended up getting together and you got pregnant?
Right.
All right. And so he's mad at you because you got pregnant?
He didn't believe that it was his child.
Why would he think, well, you know what? I'll ask him that. So you want him to pay child support today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have we done DNA testing?
Yes, ma'am. Several of those.
Several, okay. And
all with his name on that paper.
Okay.
And the DNA saying that it was his.
And I see the last test. He has been confirmed as the father, so there is no dispute there. All right, sir? Why are you mad at her?
Because I'm gonna tell you my side story, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, I was at the bar with my boys, kicking it. It was Super Bowl weekend. So,
Okay.
Kansas City, So, I'm just minding my own business, looking at the screen. All of a sudden, I see this Hennessy bottle in front of me, and this girl. I'm like, what? So she gonna offer me a drink, talking about, you can take one. I'm like, I'm trying to be sober tonight. I'm trying to go home and, kick it with the boys, play some dominoes and spades, But, I said, why not, I took one, then what happened? One turned into another, then another. Then next thing I know, I wake up the next morning, she in my bed. I'm like, how you get here?
Let's face it, a man refusing paternity until he's legally cornered is a classic Dodge move. But if you're that unsure, why keep showing up at her job and going out to bars? Judge Vonda knows that something doesn't add up. This is where the denial sets the tone. Jala flatly refused to believe Emery was his, even though multiple DNA tests showed otherwise.
Upset. You didn't intend for that to happen,
I
right?
didn't, not at all.
Oh, okay. She bamboozled you.
She sure did.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a baby here, and you're the father. So whether she bamboozled you or not, you have a baby that you need to take care of.
And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But, I just don't like the way she did it.
Okay. I understand. You want to apologize to him?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like no apologies will be happening today.
Or
Mr.
ever.
Scott. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to order you to pay child support. Is this baby on health insurance?
She's on Medicaid.
What is this baby's name?
Emery.
Emery. Well, how do you spell her name?
Emery.
Should have been Jalea.
Emery.
I don't think Jaleel is a pretty girl name, do you?
That's all right.
Right after her mommy.
Well, you know what? That could have been something that you entertained if you'd have been taking care of the baby and not saying it wasn't yours. You'd agree with me, right?
I guess so.
Okay. All right. So Emery, you say she's on Medicaid, and I heard you mention something about $40,000.
Yes.
What is wrong with that? Because he turned in some tax returns, and it actually says $42,000, so it's more than 40.
And it's more than that.
How do you know?
48,000.
There is complete chaos right now. It may sound dramatic, but Judge Vonab is here to remind him that whether he intended it or not, there is a baby, and you are the father. Shal acknowledges that he woke up not knowing how she got into his bed, but he is the one who is mad, sir. You drank the drink, stayed the night, and now there is a whole child in the mix saying you were tricked.
They flaunt money at the strip clubs.
Oh, okay.
Where is this extra income coming from?
First of all,
it ain't that $42,000 that
Well,
you're claiming.
I'm
that you
actually
have.
asking the questions here. But I asked the same question. Where is this extra income coming from, sir?
I don't know where she getting that from. I'm a
So
barber. My money is inconsistent.
Okay, so the money that she's talking about that you're flaunting on social media, is that the same 42,000?
That's
You
sometimes
just making it stretch?
it just be my homeboys' money. This time, you know, I stunt with theirs. You know, every now and
Also,
then.
you stunned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. It's not his money.
Bamboozling.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the
it
word
sounds
we
like
like
you
to
both
use.
bamboozled each other. So, in my
We
opinion,
like
you're
to
both pretty
use.
even, okay? So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to base his child support off of this $42,000 on his tax return. That's what he turned in. If you can show proof that his income is more than $42,000, you can come back to court, and I will entertain it, sir. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But today, this is what we're going to go off of. So, at $42,000, that makes his gross $3,500 a month, which brings your net down to $2,950.42. Do you have any other children, Mr. Scott?
I got one other child.
One other child, okay. Did that mom bamboozle? I'm kidding. Okay, so one other child, that brings your child support obligation to $472. And Medicaid, I'm only allowed to take up to 9% of your gross. So 9% of that $3,500 will be $315.
All right, the money drama begins, and Miss Golden drops the bomb. Although Khalil claims to earn only $42,000 annually, his social media accounts show him making it rain at strip clubs. She claims to have seen all of this online, with stacks of cash, flashy outfits, and not a diaper in sight. Jal claims that the money belongs to his homeboy, but let's face it, if you're holding thousands of dollars in your hand, people will think it's yours, Judge. Vonda doesn't fall for it, and
It was $787.
All right.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And are you going to be a part of Emery's life?
Hey, I got to. It's my DNA.
Okay, all right. I would really like to see you do that. And I would like to see you guys be friends. So you have to be nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have any other questions?
That is all.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
the verdict is here. Judge Vonda determines his child support, which is $787 per month, based solely on his tax return, which shows $42,000 in income, which includes $472 for support and $315 for Medicaid reimbursement. However, if My Golden can show that Jalil earns more than that, the case may reopen, requiring receipts, screenshots, and bank statements. Therefore, if he is concealing money, it could backfire. Here is the breakdown. Judge Vonda B. determined that Joliel is the father according to DNA evidence, and he is now required to pay $787 per month based on his tax return, the only valid document. However, this case was about a lack of trust and two individuals caught in a web of ambiguous decisions and blurred lines. Was Jalil set up, or is he just using Instagram flexes and excuses to avoid being a father? Is Ms. Golden defending her child or seeking retribution? Please share your opinions below if this made you yell at your screen. For more genuine courtroom chaos, click the like button and subscribe. Every week we'll break it all down.